What's up, BimmerBuilds Knox? We are jumping into the Darkwing E30 new Lucas Gurley brake booster right here at BimmerBuilds Knox. So first things first, to get access, we want to go ahead and remove our air intake and just get it out of the way. It's going to give us a lot of extra space to deal with. Now, we have a brand new Lucas Gurley brake booster and master cylinder in the box. We haven't unboxed yet. There are a few things we're going to want to get out of the way, and then of course we have to disconnect some of these brake lines that run to the master cylinder. Then we have to unbolt the brake booster itself. If I take you inside the car here, look up underneath here, it's a mess. But right here, if you guys can see that, is where the brake booster comes through the firewall here and connects to the pedal system right here. There is a couple of things we have to disassemble, including a large metal pin that holds that system together. And then we can take our brake booster out. So first things first is we want to remove as much of this stuff out of the way as we can. We are going to unbolt our power steering reservoir here, and that's just going to push away. We're not going to disassemble it. We're just going to rest it up this way. Hang on tight. I'm going to start some of this disassembly. I'll show you guys what swapping a brake booster looks like on an 85 E30. All right, so we're going to start with our ATF reservoir here, automatic transmission fluid for the power steering. So technically, I guess it's the power steering reservoir. It's just a 10 mil that holds the bracket in place, and then we're just gonna move that carefully out of the way. All right, so now that that's out of the way, that gives us direct access to our master cylinder here. Some of the starter brake lines. We'll probably go ahead and remove the brake booster line that comes all the way up into the intake next. That one's pretty straightforward. It connects here and then it snakes down to the front of the brake booster, where you're just going to gently unplug it down there, and then you just kind of want to carefully snake that out of there, just like so. Now we're going to start disconnecting our lines that go to our brake fluid reservoir. This is going to be kind of messy, so just a heads up, make sure you do not press your brake pedal or especially your clutch while doing this job, or it will create a nightmare plethora of problems that you do not want to deal with. So let's go ahead and start getting our brake fluid reservoir removed and drained. All right, so our reservoir is out and the rubber grommets that go along with it are also out. We disconnected this line from the reservoir. Now we are going to work on getting these plugs right here. These are, I'm assuming, high pressure lines for the braking system. It looks like there is one here, as well as underneath. And we will need to go get a little tiny wrench for that. So let's go find our wrench real quick. So it is, in fact, an 11 mil that you use to disconnect those. We've got our first two disconnected. We've only got our guy under here left. So we're going to go ahead and grab that one, and then we're going to unbolt the master cylinder and pull it out. Now for our master cylinder nuts here, they are a 13 mil. I recommend using an extension. I may actually double up on this extension and use another one. So yeah, let's pull out the master cylinder, you guys. Turns out it's actually quite a bit easier to use a shorty 13 mil ratcheting box wrench. That's my 14, if I can read numbers. Here we go. Yep, 13. Because the access is a lot easier than using a socket and a wrench, as you can see there. So we're going to use our 13 mil ratcheting box wrench on the last one here. We already got that side off. And here we go. Removing our master cylinder. Just like that. Ah, and I just poured rotten old brake fluid all over Darkwing's fender. That's fun. Good thing we got our towel here. Give that a little wipe. Yuck. Alright, you guys. Next up, we are going to remove our brake booster. And to do that, we have to go inside the car and underneath the dash to our pedals. Let's get rocking. Alright, using our handy dandy tack light. Let's see if I can show you guys up there. Okay, so there is one of the nuts right there that holds in the brake booster. You can see the boot right there. That's one of the nuts. There are 4 of those. There's another one. I'm trying to get you guys a good angle way up there. And then, of course, on this side over here, there are 2 as well. So I'm going to get in there and go ahead and get those. And then lastly, as I showed you guys before, if I can get it to clear up for me here. There we go. That right there is that pin. Let me see if I can get my hand in here. Right here is that pin. And there's a clip on this side that holds it in. So we got to get that unclipped as well as the bolts. And then the brake booster will pull right out. Okay, so this little clip, I don't know how well you guys are going to see this, but basically it just pushes in and then slides off. Let me see if I can show that to you guys real quick. So this is the clip. You're literally just going to push in against it, and then it literally just slides right off, just like that. And that is what holds the main connection of that stud right there. And then we should be able to just gently wiggle this stud out, which will disconnect the brake booster, as well as unhook this spring loaded line right here. So we're going to go ahead and finish disconnecting all of those components. So it's hard to show you guys everything because Chaos is not with me at the moment, so I can't film and have an extra set of hands. But essentially, after you pull that clip off this end, you unhook that spring from this side. You're going to grab it firmly, kind of twist and pull, and this is going to come unpinned from underneath there. And that is that. Now, the only thing left holding the brake booster in are those 4 nuts that I showed you guys. We're going to go ahead and grab a couple of extensions and pull those out. Be very careful not to depress any of your pedals for any reason while you're doing this. Alright, so since we got to reach so far up in there to finally remove this brake booster and get to those nuts holding it on in place, big shout out to NAPA and of course Harbor Freight, all my tools from Harbor Freight. But big shout out to NAPA. They came in clutch with the monster extension. That is an insane extension, just to give me ease of access, so I don't have to tuck all the way up in there and lay upside down and contort my body. Now I'll be able to reach up in there and grab it. I believe it's a 13 mil. Let's pull that brake booster out, y'all. Oh man, woo, whoo. I gotta tell y'all, wasn't nothing fun about pulling these 4 nuts off of that brake booster. Wasn't nothing fun about that at all. Now, this thing should just come straight out of here, but it looks like I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering and such, and I'm gonna need 2 hands. Hang tight, y'all. Wow, wow, wow. All right, quick side note. It helps pretty tremendously removing the brake booster if you unbolt your mounting bracket for your throttle line and just go ahead and detach the throttle nut, which I will show you in a second. So that's where your throttle line goes, and then your little plastic throttle nut goes over the end here. So if you take this out of the way and just kind of set it back, your old crappy turkey freaking 45-year-old brake booster, oh my goodness, we'll come right out. Woo, you guys, hang on tight. The install is going down. I'm going to pick up my buddy Chaos Customs right now, and he's going to be swinging by to help us install the new one. It's one of those kind of days, y'all. Hang tight. Quick little visual in my stories here for the components that are removed. Brake booster's out, master cylinder's out, brake booster line is out, brake booster, brake fluid reservoir is out, air intake's out. Woo! I'll be right back, you guys, and we're going to install that new one. All right, I got my turkey here with me. You going to open it? Oh, you going to use the OTF?
OTF. Everybody at work wants this thing.
Well, they can't have one.
No.
All right, so big shout out to packaging's kind of shabby, but big shout out to my guy on eBay. Man,
it made it one piece. I mean,
yeah,
the styrofoam did its job.
USPS beat it up real good though.
Yeah, they tossed it.
Good thing the packager sent it in styrofoam. Pull her on out of there, completely remanned. Look at that.
Yeah,
and she's pretty. Look, even the connectors back here, brand new, brand spanking. Let's see that master cylinder. Flip it around for me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, probably a little bit of a moisture in there.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna go put in a new master cylinder and brake booster. Let's go. Okay, so and obviously really quick, make sure that when you're done reinstalling everything, that we do what, Chaos?
Bleed it out.
Bleed it out. Now, what do we have to bleed? The brakes and the clutch. Make sure you guys do that. All right, everything down there is back in. Yay! It was super fun. And then our boy Chaos is wrapping things up with the high pressure lines to the master cylinder.
Brake lines, clutch line.
Brake line, clutch line. She looks nice in there. All right, you turkeys. That's it from BimmerBuilds Knox today on the 1985 BMW E30 325e Lucas Girling brake booster. From us right here at BimmerBuilds Knox. Because we do it like that, y'all. Catch you on the next one.